Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, my dear beautiful girls? I hope you are in good health. Inshallah, now I'm going to help you revise for the quiz, Unit 3, Lessons 1 and 2. Let us start. Bismillah. In lesson 1, learning about places, we learned about the shape of the earth, the continents of the world. Also, we talked about two types of maps, the physical map and the relief map. Also, we talked about the use of the compass rules, the scale, and the lines of longitude and latitude lines. Let us start. Question 1. What do we call the shape of the earth? We call the shape of the earth geoid, or the shape of the earth is geoid shape. What does the word geoid mean? It means a slightly flat ball shape, because our earth is not completely round like a ball, no. The geoid shape is near the oval shape of the egg. Question 3. How many continents are there on Earth, and what are they? Of course, you know that they are 7. When I ask you what are they, we can imagine. Do you remember when I sent you a map for the world with the continents of it? They are Asia, Africa, Europe. These 3 continents are the continents of the old world. Also, we have North America, South America, Australia, which is the smallest continent, and Antarctica, the cold one. Where are the Middle East and Saudi Arabia? When I say where are the Middle East and Saudi Arabia, of course you know that Saudi Arabia is in the Middle East, but the Middle East itself is between Asia and Europe and close to North Africa. 5. What is a physical map? The physical map is a map that shows natural features of land, such as rivers, mountains, and deserts. The map that can show you the deserts, the rivers, and the mountains, the low places and the high places is called the physical map. The physical map does not show us countries and borders of countries, just the natural features of land. Next page. Why are there lines on the world's map? Look at this map. This is, can you see the geoid shape of Earth? This is a geoid shape of Earth, as if you are having a ball and slightly flat. Here we have some lines. The one in the middle that divides the globe into north and south is called the equator. The lines that are parallel to the equator from the east to the west are called latitude lines. The lines that come from the north to the south are called longitude lines. Why are there these lines? And are they real lines? No, they are imaginary lines, and they are here to help us find the places. 7. What are they called? I told you they are latitude lines and longitude lines, of course, and the equator is one of the latitude lines. Who draw maps? The ones who can draw maps and add these imaginary lines are the cartographers. What is the scale? It's the relation between distances on maps and real life distances, like this one. Look at this scale of Saudi Arabia. It's like a ruler divided into centimeters, or even it is divided in units. These units can be centimeters or half centimeters. Down and up and down the scale, we have kilometers and miles. It tells us that each unit on the map equals how many kilometers in real life, or how many kilometers or miles in real life. For example, if you wanted to measure the distance between Medina and Riyadh, as the question wants, because here the question says, look at the map and find the actual distance between Riyadh and Medina. First of all, you should look at the scale in order to know each unit on the map equals what in real life. If you use your ruler, you will find that if this scale is divided into half centimeters, from the scale, every half centimeter equal 200 kilometers in real life. Because look at this, 0, 200, 400, 600, 800 kilometers. So the 1 point or the 1 unit on the map equals 200 kilometers in real world. So this is the rule of the scale. Every half centimeter on the map equals 200 kilometers in real life. So with using the ruler, you can measure the distance between Medina and Riyadh. I used my ruler and I found it 2 centimeters. So every half centimeter equal 200 kilometers, so the 1 whole centimeter equals 400 kilometers, because 200 plus 200 is 400. So 2 centimeters will equal what in real life? The 1 centimeter, which is 400, multiplied 2 centimeters will be 800 kilometers. So this is the actual distance between Riyadh and Medina. The last question about the relief map, it's the map that shows how land is formed on its surface. There is a PowerPoint on Classera on the course material. It will help you identify between the relief map and the physical map using pictures. I hope that you understand the lesson 1 and the points or the main points in this lesson. Let us move for the next lesson, which is our region and their region. Here, are all areas of the Middle East hot and dry? When I say hot and dry, I mean desert. Is all of the Middle East hot and dry or desert? Of course not. Why? Because here is a very important part from the Middle East. Can you see that dark color on the map? This area is called the Fertile Crescent. The Fertile Crescent is like a paradise, like Jannah on earth. It has rivers, fertile soil to grow plants, all the soil, all the crops in the world were firstly grown there. People started to live there thousands of years ago. And that's why we cannot say that all the Middle East is hot and dry, because such an area, which is a Fertile Crescent, is not hot and dry, and it's a very important part from the Middle East. Look at the map. Try to look carefully at the map. Here you have two rivers, Tigris River and Euphrates River. These two rivers are in Iraq. And here you have Egypt and the river Nile. The Nile Valley is part of the Fertile Crescent because the dark color contains or involves Egypt and part from the Nile Valley. After we look at the map, by the way, this side is the continent of Asia and this side is the continent of Africa. Can you see how the Fertile Crescent connects Asia and Africa? This sea here is the Mediterranean Sea. All the countries around the Mediterranean Sea are hot, dry in the summer, cold, rainy in winter. We call such a climate Mediterranean climate. All the countries around the Mediterranean Sea are like that. Let us ask the questions. Is the Nile Valley part of it? Of course, yes, it is, as you can see from the map. B, how many rivers does it have? Two main rivers and the Nile in Egypt. Two main rivers. Why we say two main rivers? Because all these two rivers are inside the Fertile Crescent. Beside the river Nile in Egypt, because the river Nile is still so long, only this part is in the Fertile Crescent. Which two continents does it connect? We said that the Fertile Crescent connects Asia and Africa. Does it have high mountains and low plains? Yeah. It has all landforms that you know. What climate does it have? We said Mediterranean climate, which is hot, dry in the summer, cold, rainy in winter. And all the countries around the Mediterranean Sea has the same climate. What crops are grown there? 8 of the world's major crops, such as lentils, peas, and wheat. The first crops that were grown in the world were grown here in the Fertile Crescent. After we have talked about this important part of the Middle East, we now need to study or learn about environments. What is the meaning of the word environment? Can you see? This is an environment. This is another environment. The two environments are completely different. So what is the meaning of the word environment? What is the environment? The environment is all the physical features around us. All the physical features around us. If I wanted to name some common environments or the environments that we are going to study in our lesson, they are the desert, the forest, the ocean, the tundra, and the savanna. These are 5 common environments. Of course, there are more kinds or more types of environments in the world, but these are the 5 most common. The first one, the desert, it's hot and dry with sandy soil all the time. Very few plants and animals can live there. What about the forest? The forest is greenland, or forests are greenlands with tall trees. Again, tall trees. The trees of the forest are tall. And many plants, animals, and birds live there because water is available all the year round. The ocean is the water environment. And of course, you know that most of the earth is covered with water, and that's why the ocean or the water environment is the largest and the biggest on earth. Tundra is very cold and windy, with frozen ground most of the year. Very few plants or no plants can grow in this frozen ground, and also it is not suitable for the lives of the people. Savanna, look at this picture. Can you see the tall grass under the feet of the animals? This type of grass is called savanna, and that's why we say the savanna is a type of grassland with low trees. Can you see how the trees are low? Unlike the trees in the forest are very tall, but the trees in the savanna are very low. And it's famous for wildlife like giraffes, zebras, lions, gazelles, hippos, and so on. Here I have a question. Does the environment affect where we live? Does the environment make us decide where to live and where not to live? Of course, yes. How? Look here. Where do communities usually settle? And when I say settle, I mean live. Of course, people and communities usually settle in areas with natural resources in which they can find their food, their water, the necessities for life. People will never go to decide in the desert. Why? Because the desert is so difficult to live in. There you cannot find enough water or enough food. Also, the tundra is very difficult to live in, and that's why we say that the environment affect where we live, make us decide where to live and where not to live. Do people like to live in areas that are not easy to live in? Of course not. Give examples like the desert, like the tundra, and like the forest. The forest is dangerous to live in because if people go to live in the forest, they can be attacked by wild animals. Also, there are bad insects in the forests because it has a lot of trees, plants, and there you can find insects and snakes and so on. 8. Do environments affect what we do? Of course, yes. Why? Because the environment can make us do things and not to do other things. For example, the people who live near the sea, most of them are sailors and fishermen. But the people who live near rivers and the soil is good, most of them are farmers, and so on. Also, some environments can make us move and go to other environments. So the environments really affect what we do. Like the environment of the Middle East, many people have moved through our region. And when I say our region, I mean the Middle East over centuries. Mention some reasons why they did so. Of course, for trade, people come to the Middle East for trade, for religious reasons, because in the Middle East we have Mecca, Medina, and even Al-Quds. In Al-Quds, the people or the Christian people come to perform their Hajj or their pilgrimage. To escape wars, if there are any wars, people usually come to the Middle East to feel safe. For better opportunities for better work opportunities to earn more money, better educational opportunities to learn at certain schools and so on. The last question, where is Mecca situated? And write about Mecca. Of course, you know that Mecca is in Saudi Arabia. And why we ended the lesson with Mecca? Because Mecca attracted and will ever stay to attract people from all over the world for millions of years. Why? In Mecca there is Baytullah, Al-Kaaba. People usually come to Kaaba from all over the world, even since the time of Prophet Adam and from the time of Prophet Ibrahim. Mecca and the Kaaba attracted people from all over the world, especially Muslims, to come to perform their Hajj, to visit the Kaaba, to pray there. And that's why we ended the lesson with Mecca, because Mecca is an environment that attracts millions of Muslims to visit it every year. There is a very nice video about Mecca on Classera. I hope that you are going to watch it. Also, there is a worksheet and a PowerPoint for these two lessons on Classera. You should watch them and make use of them in order to help you get ready for the quiz beside the questions in the booklet. Thanks for being with me, and I hope that you understand the two lessons. If there is any problem, contact me at any time. I'm here with you all the time. Thanks for being with me, and goodbye till we meet again.